Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to Never Lose Your Nerd. I'm Brandon. First of all, I just wanted to say thank you for all the new subscribers and viewers that was on our Lilo and Stitch trailer reaction video. Holy crap, we got over 1,000 views, a bunch of likes, a bunch of new subscribers. So if you're here and you watched that video, I appreciate it. I guess I need to start doing more videos with the kids and trailer reactions because that one went crazy, and I appreciate the support on that one. But in this video, I'm going to be going over some topics that a couple of these are a little older. I'm going to go over the Sadie Sink news about her being in Spider-Man 4, and then I'm going to go over Daredevil episode 3 and then Severance episode 8 and 9. I just haven't had time to catch up. I've been trying to make a video and had time to do it, but I'm going to get it done right now. All right, first I want to get into the Sadie Sink news. She has been casted in a A role in Spider-Man 4. We don't know yet. The big casting rumor is she's going to be Jean Grey, which I really don't agree with. I just don't know why Jean Grey would be in this movie. What would be the purpose of her being in here? Her just showing up in Spider-Man 4 just doesn't really make sense to me. They would really have to make it make sense. And if she's going to be the only X-Men character in there, I just, of all the possibilities, I really don't think that's it. I mean, let me know what you think. The other possibilities are she could be a Gwen Stacy, which Gwen Stacy is usually blonde, I guess, but you could always change her hair, of course. That's easy. It's an easy fix. Also, Firestar, which is, I think, in the new animated show, Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. Also, she's in the comics, of course. So, I mean, between those, Gwen Stacy, Firestar, Jean Grey, let me know what y'all think. Like I said, I honestly don't think it's Jean Grey. Like I said, possibility of Firestar or Gwen Stacy could make more sense, or maybe another MJ variant, but we already have our MJ. We already have, we don't have a Mary Jane. So maybe they could bring somebody in from a multiverse, but I don't know. I think they need to start wrapping up the multiverse, just bringing back characters from the dead and whoever can come back whenever they want to. It's kind of getting old a little bit. So I don't think they'll do that. But yeah, that's all I've got on that one. All right, next I'm gonna go over Daredevil episode 3. This was probably maybe the best one of the season. I really enjoyed the courtroom drama and everything that happened in it. Of course, spoilers if you haven't seen it yet. This episode was about Hector Ayala, the White Tiger. He went and tried to help somebody. He didn't know these guys were cops, and then the one cop ended up dying, slipping and falling into the train and getting killed. So he's on trial for, they say, murdering a cop, which of course he didn't do. And in this episode, Nikki Torres, they finally found the witness. They got him to agree to testify, try to get him on the witness stand. Of course, he didn't testify. He turned because of all the cops in there. He's scared for his life, but he probably won't turn out good for him anyways. I don't know what's going to happen with him. But I said I did enjoy the courtroom drama. I enjoyed all that. That's always intriguing. And to me, um, Devlin, the corrupt cop, tried to stop the one guy when he was transporting him, but they did a double switch, which the other guy had him and got him to the court. So that, it added a lot of drama, and you were like wondering if he was going to get caught, if he was going to make it, which he did. I really enjoyed his backup lawyer, Kristen McDuffie. At one point, whenever the witness wasn't going to testify and he went against what he was said he was going to do, they had to bring in other witnesses to corroborate that the White Tiger was a good guy. That why would he just randomly just kill these cops whenever he's a guy who actually helps people, he saves people. They had witness accounts from the cops and everything, and come to find out that he had just, I guess, put a down payment on a place for him and his wife. So I mean, yeah, it definitely wouldn't make sense for him to just go kill some random cops whenever he set up a new place for them, about to start a new life by themselves. And so it just, none of it added up. And of course, he was found not guilty. But of course, at the end of the episode, he did die tragically, which was very sad. And it came back from the beginning of the episode when he was talking about the part of Puerto Rico where he's at and the frogs and the noise they made. And the end of the episode, it went silent and you heard the frogs. So that was, it's kind of a somber and sad part of the episode. One thing that I did found out that I didn't really pay attention to, because I just wrapped up season 1 of the original Daredevil series, which the one reporter, BB Urich, is actually, I guess, she's the not nephew. What do you call it? She's related to the other guy, the Urich guy who was the reporter in the first season. So I didn't catch on to that because I hadn't seen the first season of Daredevil. So That's pretty interesting that she's carrying on her, I guess, her uncle's legacy. So I do enjoy that now. Now I'm gonna, I guess I'm gonna be more invested in her character now because I really didn't know who she was at the beginning of the season, but I definitely will be more now. If you are watching the this season of Daredevil Born Again, let me know if this was your favorite episode or which episode is your favorite. Next, I'm gonna go over Severance. I love this show. This show is very intriguing, very weird, very odd. I'm gonna go over episode 8 just real quick. It was a slower episode. It was about Miss Cobell and kind of her backstory. She goes to the old town she was from. Come to find out that everybody's just it's basically an abandoned ghost town. Everybody's strung out on the drug. Um, and it's just a bunch of old people there. There's nothing going on. And then she runs into her friend Hampton, and then he takes her back to her old house where at first I thought it might have been her sister, but she looked a little older. So I was like, well, it could be her aunt, maybe her sister, her mom's sister. Yes, it did end up being her aunt, Sissy. And we come to find out that it was Harmony Cobell that created this whole severance program, and everything with the severance was actually her. We found her drawings, we found her journals. So, and basically she's like unappreciative. All the credit went to I guess Kier Egan. He got the credit for everything. So I guess I'm pretty sure she is kind of jealous, but she was born in this, she grew up in this, it's kind of her whole life. So I guess she didn't want to disappoint the people, so she just let them take the credit. But we kind of get a little bit more on her backstory. But yeah, it was a slower episode. It probably was the weakest of the season, but getting more backstory, especially on her, we didn't know anything about her, was interesting. And then by the end of the episode, um, we get the we get whenever Devin was calling her about Mark after the surgery, and then we would kind of see how that happened. And then by the end of the episode, they're going to go meet up, which leads into episode 9. This is called The After Hours. Episode 8 was called Sweet Vitriol. There was a lot going on in this one. This is the penultimate before the finale. I'm excited for the finale, but I'm not happy for this season to be over with because this is a very interesting show. Like I said, very weird and uh creepy at times, but I am kind of ready to know more stuff and kind of ready to wrap it up a little bit. We're going to see what they do by the end of the season. Are they going to tell us what Cold Harbor is? Is Cold Harbor going to be wrapped up? At this point, it's 96% completed, so we're almost there. We're going to find out, hopefully, what happened with his wife. They might go back and show about the accident, but I said there's a lot to wrap up. We're going to see what they say for next season. If it's a cliffhanger like last year, it's going to really suck to wait for like 2 years, 2 or 3 years for this season to come back, which hopefully doesn't take that long. But we do see a part with Bert and Irv. He was at his house going through his notes, and then he told him to take a ride with him. And we kind of thought this was going to be a ride to kill him, but he ends up putting Irving on a train to leave to keep him safe. And Irv wants to stay with him, but Bert says no, you need to go. Come to find out, he was a driver for the Egans, which kind of implying that the drivers were, basically hitmen. They took them where they needed to go, and then whoever else took care of them. James Egan, this guy's just a freaking weirdo. In the beginning, with his daughter, with Helly. There's different parts in the show where he calls her Helen, and then at the end, I think he called her Helly. Had her cutting up the eggs, and she's eating just the egg whites in little pieces. Just like I said, just a strange, weird people and strange show. We see Milchick and Mr. Drummond have a face-off and standoff. He's telling him to use smaller words, and basically Milchick stands up to him and tells him that eat doo doo. That was pretty funny. How he finally stood up for him. Mr. Drummond was kind of putting him down, and he finally stood up to him. Miss Wang, she ends up by the end of the show getting shipped off to I think they said Norway or something is where she's going. She's going up to another desolate city to do whatever she's going to be doing. We see Gretchen and Dylan. Gretchen told the Audi that she did kiss the innie, and of course he gets mad about it. And then by the end of the show, he goes to resign. So we'll see what happens with that part. If they do let him go, or maybe they stop him or kill him. We'll see what happens with Dylan by the next episode. And I mean, just the biggest part of the episode was Devin and Mark, and they're going back to try to find Gemma, trying to figure out a way to sneak back in so they can get back in there. They have to wait at nighttime. One of the creepiest parts was whenever they came up to the gate, and she basically told the guard like this is one of James' girls, which I don't know if that implies like she's a worker, like, does stuff for him, or he does stuff to her. She's pregnant and that's where they take care of the kids or dispose of the babies, or we don't know what happens whenever they're born. They're shipped off. We have no idea. Hopefully we'll find out about that. But that was very weird and creepy, kind of like, trafficking has that kind of vibe and everything. So the next we see Mark come out of his severed mindset, and the last thing he remembers saying is she's alive. So that's the big cliffhanger at the end, is hopefully we find Gemma. Hopefully at one point she did say that if you have completed Cold Harbor, then she's probably dead. So of course everything's related to that. The reason she's alive is to help Mark complete Cold Harbor. I said just so much mystery, just we don't really know anything, which is kind of cool though. Hopefully once we find out, we're gonna be like mind blown, just craziest. Hopefully the best show ever when we find out everything. Not this season, of course, but hopefully next season or the season after. Not sure how long it's gonna go. But I think that's about it. All I have on this, like I said, I had a few things I wanted to go over. I haven't had time to really go over all of it. But hopefully you liked the video. Please subscribe. Let me know in the comments. Anything else y'all want me to cover? Do y'all like Severance? Do y'all like Daredevil? Anything y'all are looking forward to? Just let me know. All right, see you in the next one. Bye.